as a deal breaker for me. Had I not already committed myself to an Ocean One, I would be walking away right now. Well, folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm not a negative person, but if you can turn a negative into a positive, then that is a positive thing. So I've recorded this little intro because I don't normally like publishing negative videos. However, having seen the Fisker Ocean One in person and being a reservation deposit holder, going to be one of fewer than 200 UK owners of the Ocean One, I just wanted Fisker, or Henrik directly, to realise why I came away disappointed, what he can do to make the changes, but right now the Ocean One is a deal breaker for us. At the same show, I had a test drive in a different electric car, so much so it impressed me, so that I've made an order for that. Now it's 10 months away, so anything can happen in that time frame. But I wanted Fisker to know that with a subtle change, you could turn the Ocean One into the car that we always wanted, is fit for our purpose, and I've no idea why you didn't do it in the first place. I'm talking in riddles. Let's get into the video. Bear in mind, this was recorded just on a dog walk the next day, and the impressions that we got after having seen the ocean. If you've had the same experience as me, or maybe even a positive one, drop a little comment in there. Hopefully Fisker can read the comments on this video. I'll do all the tags and things like that, so hopefully they will actually be able to see it and do something, because to be honest, any other comments on their social media seems to be falling on deaf ears. Yes, let's get into this, and hopefully we can make a change. I'm Ed, and this is Backroad Hero. Well, folks, I'm just back from Fully Charged Live. In fact, it's the next day. I've had a chance to think about it a little bit and whether I'm actually going to make this video or not. I should be bouncing around and being really excited that I've just found out that I'm one of less than 200 UK owners of the Ocean One. I should be excited that I got to see for the first time the first new car that I bought since 1995. But what I've really experienced is a little bit of doubt and a little bit of disappointment at the whole thing. It all felt a bit amateurish. We couldn't even open the tailgate. I couldn't see the user interface. I found out there's no Apple CarPlay. The flex in the door handles, the interior handles, looked as if they were just about to come off in my hand. I don't think they'd survive, a bunch of 6-year-olds. The finish of this Abyss Plus vinyl plastic seating all felt a bit kind of 1980s Morris Marina. I really wanted to say that I would be excited about the whole thing, but to me, I was told that the electricity wasn't available to the car. It was the organizers' wishes or whatever. Should you not have checked that beforehand? Should you not have made other provisions, like a Barth, who had the 500 there? Lotus had the Electra there. They were all powered up in the same tent, next door, in fact, to the ocean. So don't tell me that it couldn't have been achievable somewhere else, even with a power pack or whatever. So I didn't get to see into the boot area, apart from folding the seats down, which is not the same perspective as you get in a regular car. I wasn't even to see the screen, the user interface. The fact that I found out there's no Apple CarPlay, that is a deal breaker for me. Had I not already committed myself to an Ocean One, I would be walking away right now, because you know what? I believe the car is capable of it. Actually, there was an interview recently with Sean Callahan at Fisker Ocean, and Henrik said that the hardware was capable for Apple CarPlay, but he's chosen not to. And what he said was, our user interface is so good you'll not need it. Actually, you know what? I want what I already have in my other cars. We rely on it. All the settings, my preferences are all in my phone. So with wireless Apple CarPlay that I've got in my Alfa Romeo, with that, I get the same experience. I've come to appreciate navigation apps like Waze, W-A-Z-E. I use that every day to go to work. It's accurate. It tells me when there's debris on the road. It tells me when there's a pothole reported. It tells me whether there are mobile police units around. It tells me accurately when my arrival time is going to be, which is ultimately what matters to me, traveling to work and being at a car park at a certain time. I'm now denied that within a car that's capable of having it. How does that make me feel? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to retrofit it like I've done with my Range Rover L322. I retrofitted CarPlay into an old 7 Series, an E38, but I shouldn't have to retrofit CarPlay into a brand new electric car in 2023. It is the industry standard. So it may sound as if I'm having a bit of a rant here, and it might not seem that important for some people. But if it's important for you, put a comment in. If you were at Fully Charged Live and came away a little disappointed, or a little nonplussed, or a little bit meh about the Ocean, let me know what you saw that you weren't particularly happy with, or what raised further concerns, because we don't even have the luxury of knowing what size the battery capacity is. Now, it might not matter as far as range is concerned, but but it sure matters as far as using the car for camping capability. I want to know the storage in the battery, especially if you've got a 3 kilowatt inverter that I'm going to be able to use. You can stick a big battery in these things to give extra range because it has the aerodynamics of a brick. You can hit a big nail with a big hammer, or you could use a smaller nail and tap it lightly. Bit like the Ioniq 6, which actually really, really blew me away. The styling, the drive, the fit, the finish. And talking of fit and finish, the Fisker Ocean feels like a £35,000 car internally. Yes, there's upcycled materials, and I granted, I agree, it's nice to have 50 kilos of recycled materials in there, but it doesn't feel premium. I'd like the potential owners of an Ocean Sport to feel as if they're getting the interior of a £60,000 Ocean Extreme, but yet they're making a compromise with a single motor and a smaller battery with different chemical composition. And I would like them to feel as if they're getting all of that as a bonus. In fact, it feels the other way around. In the Ocean 1 and the Ocean Extreme, it feels like you're getting a £35,000 interior with the added bonus of some extra range. And it should really be the other way around. So, Henrik, train your team. I spoke to a couple of young lads there. One knew a bit more information than the other, and one got the colour wrong. I spoke to Daniel, one of your production team, who was very good at answering my questions. I have to say, that was the one shining light out of the whole thing. There were other UK managers around there, but not one of them had a Fisker badge on. They didn't seem approachable. I knew they were there, having spoken to the other staff, and it would have been nice to touch base, organise maybe some social media, and put any kind of concerns I have to rest. There are some cars available apparently in July in London for test drives, but you know what, cars coming in September. It'll probably be one of the first UK right-hand drives that will go to the Fisker lounge there. So right now it all feels a bit amateurish. It's sowing seeds of doubt in my mind as to what I'm going to get, what the longevity and the quality of the interior is going to be. I'm just guessing at what the user interface is going to be, but if I knew Apple CarPlay was there, that would be all right by me, because I know what I'm getting, and I like the homogeneous nature of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you're that way inclined, I've been able to get the similar experience between cars. And at the end of the day, they're for traveling. They're going from A to B. I didn't want this to be a I'm disappointed video. I was so looking forward to seeing the car, because I didn't have an opportunity to see a few things then. I'm guessing these days what it's going to be like. I didn't want to have to do that so close to actually getting my car. I wanted to share my experience, my thoughts. They're only my personal thoughts about the whole thing, good and bad, and that's what my channel's about. You know what, if I'm upset about something, I'll certainly let people know, but it's the honesty. I'm not going to blow sunshine up anyone's ass just because I think I want to make a bit more content. I'm just a guy out doing his thing, buying cars and enjoying them, and that's what I'm hoping to do with the Ocean, a bit of camping and all the rest of it. But if I don't know the capacity of the battery, I don't really know what a 3 kilowatt inverter is gonna do to the capacity of the battery when I use it for various bits and pieces. Yeah, I didn't want to have to make this video. I don't feel that particularly comfortable being negative. I always try and end on something positive. So what can we say? Positive. I'll get to test drive hopefully a car in July. Get to see one that's actually working. At least I'll probably be able to sell the car on, or it may surprise us, and I'm really hoping it's the latter. I'm really hoping it's the perfect solution. Certainly on paper it ticks all the boxes, which I wouldn't have committed to it otherwise. But on that note, there you go. There's a positive note. Thanks for watching. All the best now. Bye-bye.